We're here at Orange County National for the PGA Show Demo Day. We're at Ping Golf, and we've got Marty Jertson, who is, did I just say that right?
That's right.
Yeah, I want to make say. And he's involved not only with the design of the i20 line, particularly the driver, I guess.
Yeah, driver and fairway wood.
But he's also a player. You might recognize his name, qualified for PGA Championship and played in a couple of other events as well.
Yeah, the Justin Timberlake Shrine Owners Hospitals for Children Open, one of the longest names in golf. But Monday qualified for that 2 consecutive years, so I was fortunate to play in 3 tour events in a 12-month period, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so when you're designing clubs, it also adds a lot of credibility not only to the tour player, but hopefully to the better player and the consumer out there to know that you can put them in play and make them work. So S was out for a while. Now the I is out. The i20's got big buzz going. Give us what's under the hood here. What's inside that's driving this as the new hot driver? Because not only just Ping players out there. I was at Humana, I was at Torrey, and there's a lot of non-Ping players putting this in the bag already. So tell us why.
And as you well know, when you got non-staff players seeking out your product and getting the buzz, that's really is a compliment because of what happens out there day to day on tour. So, but good question. What's under the hood? Let's look under the hood first, and then we can look at the hood, which is really cool. What's under the hood is a Thai 811 body, helps us save a little weight, and we have a lot of tungsten weight, and the toe and heel drives the inertia up. One thing we learned from the i15 driver is that we needed to make it go straighter and have a little tighter shot pattern without sacrificing ball speed. So that's what we've done. We've given this driver a ton of forgiveness to it. Kind of made some design trade-offs to make it a little bit more aerodynamic for the better player. The amount of tungsten we have in here is over 20 grams. That's over 10% of the mass of the club in the tungsten weights. Fully optimized. When it comes to the volume of the driver, I know a lot of people out there have heard that it's better to go smaller on the driver, it's better for this, that, and the other, but it's better to optimize the driver to the highest volume you possibly can, and that's what we've done on the i20 driver. Didn't sacrifice anything in terms of the volume. Some of the other features that we have here is the hood, is a beautiful matte black paint, absorbs light, it's all business. When you look down at it, you have no distractions, and then, it's really inspirational. Treatment that we put on the crown of the driver helps you really, kind of not have any distractions, any shininess, any bright spots when you go to hit your tee shot. One thing Bill Lundy told us, and this is kind of an interesting story. I was playing with Bill Lundy in practice round, the PGA Championship, and I was playing with him, and he had told us this story a couple months earlier when we had him hit this prototype with this paint on it, that somebody held one of the marshals held the quiet sign up, and it's white and bright, and all that, and he could see the reflection in the crown of his driver when he went to go take it back. He was like, "Oh man, that kind of messed me up a little bit." So when he hit this prototype, he was like, "Well, that's gonna solve that problem for me." And then, sure enough, I'm playing with him in the practice round for the PGA Championship, and we're on one of these holes, tight little tee box down by the river, and I'm hitting a 3-wood, and it was before we came out with the i20, and sure enough, Marshall throws up his sign, and I go to take it back, and whoop, I see this little blip, and I'm like, I kind of miscued the shot a little bit. So there I am playing with Bill. So it has a functional purpose. That's at the end of the day, that's what I'm getting to, is this cosmetic treatment not only looks great, but it has a functional purpose to it. And at Ping, that's really what we're all about. A few other things that have made it great, especially on the tour level. Super aerodynamic head, especially for a 460cc head. We gave it a little bit more curvature in the crown to help the airflow stay maintained and attached to the crown for a longer period of time. The faster you swing it, the more aerodynamics matters in a driver.
Well, just like a Formula race car. I mean, if you've got a Yugo, there's no need to put fins and air spoilers on it as opposed to a Formula One.
No doubt about it. And the same thing applies in golf. The faster you swing it, the more it matters. So with this driver, we gave it low spin characteristics. One of the lowest spinning drivers out there. So if our G20 is kind of medium low, this is low spinning. Another reason why it's working really good for a lot of tour players, or even for a mid or high handicapper, still has a ton of forgiveness. But we're able to if you take total spin off, you reduce side spin too. Okay, so if somebody's struggling with a lot of spin, this is going to help get their spin rate down. Not only help them hit it longer by optimizing their trajectory, but also hit it straighter. One other really cool thing we did, we moved. We do a lot of motion capture study and research at Ping as part of our kind of long-term research package that we're continuing to research. And the toe of the golf club is going a lot faster than the heel, because the club is rotating into its impact. Not only is it traveling on a linear path, but it's also a rotational path. So it's doing both things. So by moving the hosel axis further over, we basically made the whole golf club rotate in faster from the golf ball's perspective. What does that give? Higher ball speed. Sure. But we balance that with the CG so it still flies straight.
Important. And I know I'm not an engineer, but if you got a weight on the end of a rope and you're swinging it, where you're holding it in your fingers to swing it, that circle's small, but that weight out there that's further away is moving just as fast or faster.
Oh yeah.
So, like you said,
yeah.
You need to be able to control that. And I want to correct one thing. I misspoke. I said S and I meant G20 series. And I know the guys will get on me about that, but we're talking I now. But Marty, we appreciate you taking time to give us some insight on this. Availability?
It's going to hit stores, I think, on February 9th. So second week of February, everyone can get out there and hit your local golf shop or your favorite retail store, online store. Make sure you go through a fitting process. Can't emphasize that enough, to make sure you get into the right shaft and loft combination so that you can get the most out of this driver.
Super. Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a great show, and we look forward to the guys getting to hit it on GolfWRX and some positive reviews. I know they will.
All right, we're very excited about that too. I mean, obviously our product, hopefully, it's always speaks for itself, and even without all the technical details, you don't worry about that when you hit it. Just know that it works.
Super. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.